Hello, Dr. Paul here. How is everybody? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, right in the middle of December. No need to panic. Christmas doesn't matter this year. Pandemic. No Christmas. So it's okay. It's cool. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming, wherever you are. It's Friday night. I'm Dr. Paul. I'm going to sort you out quiz-wise. Hello, Mr. Tate. Hello, Tate Biscuits. That's Blackpool area, Glasgow area, Granton area. Tell us where you are, folks. You all know each other, sort of. You all get to know each other's names, but it's I think it's easy to forget exactly where everyone's from, and we're quite spread, you know. There's people all over the place. Hello, Noodle Doodles. They're in Leith. John Mackey. Hello, you're in Leith. I think you're in the same street, actually, as far as I remember from posting out prizes. Karen is South Edinburgh, I think. Peaky Fifers. Well, they're hard to pin down. Where are they from? Are they from Leith? Are they from Dunfermline? Nobody really knows. Louisa's Fife. No. Leith. I'm getting mixed up. Oh, hang on, are you? It's funny, I've posted out prizes to all sorts of places, but the postcode that most often goes on envelopes that emerge from Quiz HQ is EH7. That's where most of you are. But there are people everywhere. Felix is here. Where's Felix from? Are you from Austria? Is that right? Are you in Vienna? Like Falco. Right, it's 7 o'clock, folks. Yeah, Denniston. The Denniston story, starring George Clooney. That's who's going to play whoever the local MP is for Denniston. George Clooney. Hey, Phil's down Blackpool way as well. Fylde Coast, Fleetwood, somewhere down there. Birthday House, that's the stuff. EH3, Tollcross, yes. Theatres, cinemas. Restaurants of varying ethnicities. Tollcross, yes. Trouble over bridge, water. I'm from Portimao. What is Portimao? It sounds Chinese. Portimao. Lytham, St. Anne's. There's regular fights between Lytham people and Fleetwood people. So you go out. Aye, and strippers as well. Quattro formaggio. From Edinburgh and Falkirk. I've been to Falkirk. Who's not been to Falkirk? Do you know the song I made about Falkirk? I sometimes mention this. It's on YouTube. It's called Last Bus to Falkirk. It's a work of art. I'll give you the link to it later. Charlie, come Blackpool. Well, no thank you, Gary, but thanks for the offer. It's got a lovely job centre, Tollcross. It's got a lot of life. Hey, Bothwell and Maryhill. That's two sides of the coin. Portugal. All right. There's two beautifully adjacent places. Algarve, Sighthill. Are we the only Ouijas? I used to get more Glasgow people when I was doing 9 o'clock, and not so many now. People who used to come to quiz when I was doing it in Glasgow back in the day. But most of them seem to prefer the 9 o'clock quiz. So there's... you're not the only West Coasters. There's Beag and associated team members, Paisley, Troon, various EH, but mainly EH7. All right. Anyway, here we are. I better get going, eh? Better start, quiz started. It's 3 minutes past 7. In case you're thinking, who's this idiot? Where's this quiz that he promised us? I'm Dr. Paul. Quiz starts in 2 minutes' time. I'm going to hit the first question at 5 minutes past. So, yeah, there is that. And the quiz is very, very easy. I'm going to ask you questions, and you're going to try and answer them best you can. That's pretty much it. Now, what does that say? It says sharing is caring. That's not just a stupid rhyming slogan. That's the truth. So if you were to hit the share button down here, not only would it be good for me, it'd be good for you because you get a point for your team if you share. You know what I mean? Yeah, very important distinction. Val is living in Glasgow and has for a wee while, I might suggest, but it's still a Fifer. Yummy buddy. So give us a share, please. Hit the share button. Tell the world about the quiz. Challenge them. Right, live quiz starts soon. Most of you know this already. I recognise a lot of the names. There might be people watching and not commenting. But if you don't know what to do, it's really easy. Just answer the questions that come up. I will speak them. You will see most of them on the screen. You write down your answers, and then after every round, I'll tell you the answers, and you mark yourself. And that's it. Don't put answers in the chat. Now, you do your own marking, so of course you can mark yourself 10 out of 10 every time, but there is no point in doing that because there are no prizes for first place. I'll make a lovely league table later of the scores, but that's really just for fun. Prize-wise, I've got some great prizes to give away. See, that's the league table from Wednesday. Karen's at the top, and let's get quizzical. Denise at the top. 76. Marion Lorna, 72. That's all the teams in the 70s. And then we had Spedge, Chameleons, Breeder, Deed, Abbey Hillbillies, who did win the breed. Johnny Delinquent, John Meacham, Fabian Society. They got bust in the last round. Trust me, I am a stomach. Great team name. Lumpy Gravy, Peaky Fife for Social Outcast, Sausage Roll, Part 8, Barrymore's Fist. So that was... That's a good idea, Margaret Ann, but I don't know, it would seem needy. See, like the thing is, like the thumbs up, that's like you've liked it. So I want to leave people to like it if they actually like it. You know what I mean? It's great. When people do give me the thumbs up, that all helps, you know? Helps the algorithm, etc. I'm doing a quiz on Christmas Day. Look, the Queen's, it's me versus the Queen, 3 o'clock. Friday 25th December, Christmas Day. All right, so you can either watch the Queen's speech or Dr. Paul quiz. That's your two choices. And the Queen's going to do the quiz. She's going to pre-record her speech, which is bollocks, so that she can do the quiz. So you're being our names have been missing the last 3 times. What, from the league table? No, you're not there. Have you been uploading to the right place? Are you filling in the right thing? Right, okay, well, we'll get to the bottom of that. What's her team name? I am the Queen, use our plebs. That's her team name. Right, I'm late already, aren't I? 7 minutes past already. Dr. Paul's Christmas quiz, right? Hire me for a Zoom quiz. Got quite a few bookings. Deadpool's open for January. Ask me later. Sponsor tonight, Sock Splash, brand new company, and from Leith, young people, 2 young people, boyfriend and girlfriend at the moment, and they've come up with an idea to make colourful socks, and you can win these socks tonight. Musical Otter. Tell you more later. Bawjaws, French poetry, you can win some of that tonight, and Popmaster scorepad, you can win some of that tonight. All right, let's go. 7 minutes past 7. It's not too bad. Let's go. First round is the same letter round, which means that all of the answers in the first round begin with the same letter of the alphabet. So as soon as you have the letter, which you probably get the letter, it's pretty easy. All right. Right, here we go. So in which country... There's a geography question to start off tonight. In which country can you find the ancient temples of Abu Simbel on the shores of Lake Nasser? All right, so if you want to visit the ancient temples of Abu Simbel, which country do you have to visit? It's on the shores of Lake Nasser. That's question number 1. Some of you'll know that straight away. If you don't know it straight away, don't worry. When you get the letter, you'll probably work it out. Number 2, supermodels. I don't know if they still exist, supermodels, but back in 1989, which Australian supermodel was given the nickname The Body by Time magazine? 1989. Kind of the golden era of supermodels. I don't know if... Do supermodels still exist? Is that still a thing? Anyway, this one was given the nickname The Body, which is a bit derogatory, really, derisory, by Time magazine in 1989. Okay, what's her name? Question number 3. What was the name of the suffragette who threw herself under the king's horse in the 1913 Derby. So before women got the vote, the suffragettes were trying to get the vote for women, and there was a prominent one of their number who was killed by the king's horse at the 1913 Derby at Epsom. Yeah. Number 4. Which famous New York building was completed in 1931, and it was for 40 years the tallest building in the world? Okay, tallest building in the world for 40 years, famous building in New York City. That's a fairly obvious one. If you haven't got the letter yet, that should give you the letter. So it was overtaken in the 1970s by another New York building. Number 5. So this is quite difficult if you don't know it. You have to guess. In the original story of Phantom of the Opera, what is the Phantom's first name? Like, he's not an actual phantom. He's a guy with a melted face. But what is that guy's name? His first name? You know what? I think this is the most difficult opening round I've had for a little while. There's a couple in here that are a bit tricky. Tell me if you're ready. Just stick it in the chat. Just say you're ready, and then I'll know to move on. But for anyone just coming in, let me just go over the questions again. So Abu Simbel at Lake Nasser. Which country is that stuff in? Ancient temples, like really ancient. Super ancient. Dead old. Number 2, who was the Body supermodel? 1989. She was given that title by Time magazine. Number 3, what was the name of the woman who was killed at the Derby in 1913? Protesting for the suffragette cause. Number 4, tallest building in the world for 40 years in New York City. And number 5, Phantom of the Opera's actual name. Name of the character, you know. Okay, right, lots of you are ready, so I'm going to go straight on because I did start a little late. Try and catch up. Try and do a speedy couple of first rounds. Did you get a letter? It was pretty difficult tonight. E. Maybe tonight somebody will not get the letter. Maybe somebody will miss the letter tonight. I'm not sure. Here come the answers, right? You mark yourself 2 points for each one. Abu Simbel, Lake Nasser, that's Egypt. Yeah, there it is. It's quite a job. Those massive statues that you see, they used to be like down below where the water line is now, but they flooded it to make a reservoir, so they had to move the entire temple first. Quite a job. Who was the Body? That's Elle Macpherson is her name. There she is. The big L. See that at the top of the magazine, the Bush era begins. That's George Bush Senior. It's back in the day. Oh, there she is. Pictures meant to come afterwards. But this is the woman who was knocked over by the king's horse in the 1913 Derby. She's got Emily Davison. Emily Davison. I'm not laughing at her fate. I'm laughing at Graham S. telling me that Egypt's in the Middle East. We established that just the other night after a bit of a international incident, a bit of a row. Number 4, tallest building in the world for 40 years. That was your Empire State Building. And number 5, the Phantom of the Opera is... I wonder if you had to guess this one if you didn't know it. His name is Eric. There he is. Right, pal. You're still open. You're still serving. Right. 2 points for a correct answer. Add on your bonus points as follows. If somebody on your team is a subscriber to YouTube, add 2 points to your team. Score. Add 1 point to the score if somebody has actually shared the quiz tonight, not just talked about it or thought it, but actually gone and pressed the button saying share. And add 1 if it's your birthday, and tell us if it's your birthday. So the usual maximum is 13. 10 out of 10 plus 2 for a subscriber, 1 for a share. You only get more than that if it's your birthday. So what we got? Karen's got 13 straight away, no problem at all. John's got 11. Marion's got 13. Good starts there. I thought it was a difficult round. Leslie says the 6 didn't get the Phantom. Went for Emmeline Pankhurst. Yeah, different suffragette. All tremendous suffragettes, but see the wording of that question. I need to change it because it says threw herself under the king's horse, and I was reading a bit about it yesterday when I was putting this together, and it's not very clear if she really meant to get killed. Well, you know, I don't think she did, to be honest. There's film of it. It was captured, despite being over 100 years ago, it was captured by 3 different news cameras on the day. You can see it on YouTube. Yeah, ding dong, got 7. Hiya, Maddie. Only 7. Yeah, I thought it'd be lower scores tonight, first round. Hey, it's Lorna's birthday. All right. And the Chameleons, absolutely superb. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lorna. Happy birthday to you. Brilliant. That's right, yeah. Morpeth. Yeah, I was reading that's where the funeral was. Big turnout. Went for Edward for the Phantom. Yeah. Probably should give him more clues. Maybe should have said 4-letter word, 4-letter name. Anyway, let's crack on to the picture round. Try and get the first rounds up fairly quickly. We can settle down into the second half of the quiz, but let's keep it quick just now. Right, number 1, champion. In which sport was this South American gentleman a world champion in the 1980s and 1990s? Was it golf, motor racing, or tennis? So have a look at that guy. He's from South America. He was a world champion, number 1 in his sport during the 80s and 90s. What was his sport? Was it golf? Was it motor racing? Or was it tennis? That's question number 1. Yeah, happy birthday, Lorna. Nice to see the other people saying happy birthday. What a wonderful day. What is it? 11th of December. What a wonderful day. Geography. What country was this photograph taken in? Okay. Pretty distinctive looking place, but which country is it part of? That's question number 2. Picture number 3. The guy's name's there, you know, and on his mugshot, but who did he attempt to assassinate in 1981? Yeah, he looks guilty as hell, doesn't he? Because he did it. He didn't actually kill the person he was trying to kill. Totally hit them, but didn't kill them. Who was he trying to assassinate in 1981? Number 4 in the picture round. More violence. What 3-letter abbreviation is used to describe a weapon like this? All right. This is a type of weapon, and it is it's got a name which is usually shortened to 3 letters. What is the 3-letter name for this type of weapon? Bill's been to question number 2, so should get it. Not always guaranteed. And the last one here is an album cover by Roxy Music. But from when? Is it from the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, or 1990s? Right. So a kind of test the time music question there. Album cover. Have a look at it's a posh lady in a kind of downtown area walking her panther. Very Roxy Music. But when was that album released? The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s? Okay, you tell me when you're ready. I will replay these picture questions. So number 1, what sport was this guy the best at in the 80s and 90s? Golf, motor racing, or tennis? Name the country where that photograph was taken. Who did he try to kill in 1981? Hit his target, but failed to kill his target. Number 4, 3-letter abbreviation for this type of weapon. And when's the record cover from? The 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s? Okay. Right, you all ready? Everyone's ready. That's good stuff. Gonna get straight onto the answers, nice and quick. Hello, Anna. I don't think I've said hello to you yet. Hello, Mum. Hey. Hello, Natters. Say hello to folk who are saying things that I might not have said hello to. Okay, here we go. Here come the answers. 2 points for each correct answer. This guy is Air Town Centre. It's motor racing, of course. Formula One motor racing driver. Ayrton Senna of Brazil. That was him when he was champion. He was dead just a few years later, killed in a crash at Imola, San Marino Grand Prix. Number 2, that is Mont Saint Michel. It is in France. Northern France, I think. I should know that, but I don't. I think it's in Normandy. I'm not sure. Right. John Hinckley Jr. Who was he trying to kill? Right answer is Ronald Reagan. I haven't done any questions yet to get people on the wheel. Here comes the first one. Who was he trying to impress? Who was John Hinckley trying to impress? He was specifically trying to impress a famous person by killing Ronald Reagan. He thought that, yeah, perfect. Marion's got it straight away. Jodie Foster. He did it because he thought that Jodie Foster might be impressed, which is kind of stupid, really. Oh, he killed the President of the United States. Shall we have dinner? Doesn't work that way, man.
Oh, cat.
I don't think it works that way. I mean, I could be wrong. There might have been relationships that have started somewhere based on killing the president. Right, well done, Marion. You were first to respond to that and get it right, so you are on the wheel. I'm just putting you on the wheel of names. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the wheel. You've got to get your name on the wheel. That's how you win prizes, okay? There will be various opportunities to get on the wheel throughout the quiz. And we're halfway through the picture answers. Here's the other ones. Number 4, that's an RPG, rocket-propelled grenade. RPG is all you need. You don't need to know what it stands for, but it's an RPG, rocket-propelled grenade. Is correct. And number 5, Roxy Music. It's the 1970s. Album is called For Your Pleasure, and it came out in 1973, and it's great, really, really good. Okay, motor race in China, Ronald Reagan, RPG, the 70s. What did you score? How did you get on in that round? Apparently golf and tennis don't have a world champion. Well, depends how you look at it. I mean, there's certainly a world ranking on the golf, although I don't think... No, it was around at that time. Didn't have an end-of-year championship. They certainly do in the tennis nowadays. Could call it a world champion. I know what you mean, but... And I was aware of that when I was putting the question together. I was thinking it was vague enough, you know, to obviate that stuff. China. All right, sorry, China. Aye, that's a mistake. It's because I changed that question. It's France. It's France. Right? Who was the first to spot that? Because that's an obvious mistake on my part. Let's have a look. It was Mr. Tate. There we are. Right, okay, so James Tate, you're on the wheel as well for spotting that. That's the game, folks. If you spot an error on the slides and you point it out and you get it before I spot it and you're correct, then you get +1 on your score. And you can... I'll put you on the wheel as well. Sorry, I'm taking my time here because I accidentally spun the wheel. Wait for it to finish before I can put your name on it. Right, there we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with it. Oh, it's sound round, and that was well worked out by Phil. Didn't recognise Ayrton Senna, but he was clearly in Monaco, so thought it must be him because they don't have golf in Monaco, and they only have a little bit of tennis in Monaco. Right. Time for the sound round. Tonight it is voices, ladies and gentlemen. So I have 5 mystery voices for you to hear, and then you have to pick the identities of the people speaking the voices. As simple as that. And you pick the answers from that list. So sound set up here. Let's have a look at the names on the list tonight. We've got Bill Clinton, Brian Blessed, Chelsea Handler, Davina McCall, George W. Bush, Jim Jeffries, Lawrence Fox, Nigella Lawson, Sarah Silverman, and Tim Minchin. So listen to these voices and try and pick out the right answers. Here is voice number 1.
Well, it says here that oil companies Shell and BP have made a combined $7.2 billion in 3 months, which works out at $3.3 million an hour. I mean, who the hell do they think they are? Tesco's?
There's who the hell do they think they are? Tesco's. Number 2 is a comedian talking about the time they were hired to play a gig at Mariah Carey's birthday party.
There's 20 people in a garden sitting on long tables surrounded by tiki torches before tiki torches had racist connotations. They're all famous people. They do not know that there's any entertainment. Nor have I been announced. There is not a microphone. There is not a light.
And the whole thing's very, very funny. You should go and listen to it. But who is that comedian? Right. Number 3 is someone talking about when they were young and how their mother once was off her head and drove across a cricket pitch in a Rolls Royce. Who's this?
That was really weird. I was really little, and it was just a strong memory that I have that there was a match going on and she drove across the pitch. And I'm in the back, and they're all
in
screaming.
a state of chemical assistance.
Off her head.
Yeah.
But
off her head. Number 5 is quite a famous bit of... No, sorry, not number 5. Number 4 is quite a famous bit of audio.
To the American people, I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people.
He's so convincing, isn't he? That's fantastic. And number 5, yeah. Exactly. And number 5 is another comedian, this time talking about their dad. What the childhood of their father was like.
And then at boarding school, he got the shit kicked out of him every day, called a dirty Jew kike, because it was back when, like, America was great. And
it's a good line. Okay, that's the 5. I'm going to play them one more time, all right? I hope I didn't mess the numbers up because I think I might have. But here they are one more time. Hopefully with the right numbers. This is voice number 1.
Well, it says here that oil companies Shell and BP have made a combined $7.2 billion in 3 months, which works out at $3.3 million an hour. I mean, who the hell do they think they are? Tesco's?
Here's number 2.
There's 20 people in a garden sitting on long tables surrounded by tiki torches before tiki torches had racist connotations. They're all famous people. They do not know that there's any entertainment. Nor have I been announced. There is not a microphone. There is not a light.
Great stuff. Number 3 is a woman talking about how her mum was a wild child.
That was really weird. I was really little, and it was just a strong memory that I have that there was a match going on, and she drove across the pitch, and I'm in the back, and they're all
In
screaming.
a state of chemical assistance.
Off her head.
Yeah.
Off her head. Number 4 is a liar.
To the American people, I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you.
Well, there we go. And the last one is someone talking about how their dad had a rough time.
And then at boarding school, he got the shit kicked out of him every day, called a dirty Jew kike, because it was back when, like, America was great.
Okay, that's the sound round tonight, voices. So, get your answers ready. Tell me when you're ready. Is it not Lawrence Fox with a U? Says Valerie. I might be wrong. No, you're probably right, aren't you? Let's check. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. As the guy I'm thinking of, and he does have a U. So well done to Val for spotting that one. Oh, looks like there's another one. So hang on a second. Let me deal with Val first. Get Val on the list for spotting that error. You know what? It crossed my mind as well when I was doing these. I thought, right, better go check some spellings. And Bill was just saying I've got a wrong spelling there with Jeff Ferries. What have I got? Jeff Rees. Let's have a look. Jim. Yeah, you're right. It should be Jeff Aries, the way you've spelt it. So that's Bill on the list as well. I know it says Therese, folk, but that's Bill. You've got to learn the code, right? There's Bill. Add 1 point to your score. Same for you, Val. Right, okay. That's the typos out of the way. Right, I'll tell you the answers. Here we go. The first one was the one and only Mr. Brian Blessed. Yeah, it's when he was being guest presenter on Have I Got News for You, doing a scripted gag. Not as funny as his. Yeah. Val gets a point. That's right. Yeah. Not as funny as his just off the cuff stuff or his own stories, the scripted stuff. Number 2 was Jim Jeffries. Jefferies should be. That's an Australian comedian. The whole routine is hilarious. It's on YouTube. He gets hired to go and do stand up at Mariah Carey's birthday party, and nobody knows who he is. Everyone's really, really famous. They don't know why he's there. Number 3 is Davina McCall. All right. Talking about how her mum was mad on drugs and driving her across a cricket pitch in a Rolls Royce. I think I saw Louisa maybe asking who was number 3 talking to. Well, that's my question for you. Who was Davina McCall talking to? First one to get this right gets on the wheel. This is a bonus question. I'll play you the clip again.
That was really weird. I was really little, and it was just a strong memory that I have that there was a match going on, and she drove across the pitch, and I'm in the back, and they're all
In
screaming.
a state of chemical assistance.
In a state of chemical assistance. And you've picked it up as well. That's right. Philip Schofield, who was living a lie for many years. The world convinced that he was an interviewer. Well done, Louisa. You're on the wheel. Number 4 is Bill Clinton, denying everything. Got found out. Worked out okay in the end. And number 5, the comedian talking about her dad having a rough time at school is Sarah Silverman, an American comedian. So there's a couple of tricky ones there. How'd you get on? Yeah, maybe should try to book Jim Jeffries, the Hearts manager, for a team. It's easy to get those Jim Jeffries mixed up in it. He's sometimes down the road at Edinburgh City. Well, he's often there. More like sometimes I'm there. I think he's there all the time. Yes, yeah, I believe he became an American citizen. I've known his name for years and not really seen much of his material because I haven't really not into comedians these days. But I've been watching a bit, trying to get mystery voices on YouTube. You know, this is how I get some of these things. Just go around YouTube trying to find interesting things. I thought he was very good. Lots of 10s. That's good stuff. Jim for Tim. That's the one. That's the right. Jim, Tim, Jim, Tim. To pick. Picked the wrong comedian. I got the wrong comedian. Well, there's 2 sets of comedians there. There's Chelsea Handler, Sarah Silverman option, and Jim Jeffries, Tim Minchin option. Anyway, let's move on. Jim Jeffries, former Falkirk manager. Aye, that's who we're talking about, the other Jim Jeffries. But I don't know how you spell his name. Let's move on. Oh, it's a conundrum. Right, you got 60 seconds to solve an anagram. I call it a conundrum because it's a bit like the countdown conundrum. It's 9 letters, and you just try to rearrange it into a standard English word. It's not the title of anything, all right? Don't shout the answer out for this one. Just write it down or say it out loud, but don't put it in the chat because everyone gets 60 seconds to solve this. You ready? Here we go. Pool of hay. So timer should start. There it goes. And you got to try and unscramble those to create an English word. A standard English word. And tell us if you're ready. Don't shout out the answer, but do say if you're ready. Any clue? It's just a word. Louisa, it's the only word you can get in English out of these letters. I actually think out of all the puzzles I do at this point, the conundrum's probably got the highest success rate. I think it's one of the easier ones. Easier types of puzzles. I mean, that'll be wrong for some individuals, but overall, I think more people get this right than the anagram or the picto or the crypto. Yeah. They're all coming in. Got it. Ready. Got it. We're running down on time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Time's up. The correct answer is hopefully. Yeah, I know that's part of the plan, Marion. That's part of the whole plan. Yay! So add 3 points to your score if you got hopefully. All right. Good stuff, right? Let's crack on. Okay, guess what? It's time for guess what. And I forgot there was a guess what, so I don't have my clues open. So I'm just going to quickly open my clues. And you're going to get, there's a picture, right? Let me show you the grid. There's a picture hiding behind this grid, which is a picture of a television program. That's a good shout, by the way, Gary. Yes. For the last 30 seconds, anyway. Or I could do a remix. Could do the 12-inch. Okay. I'm just getting this open. So there's a picture of a television program of the cast of a TV show hiding behind that grid, and you've got to work out which show it is. I will reveal some of the squares and give a clue. If you manage to get it right after the first clue, you get 10 points. If you get it right after the second clue, you get 8 points. And then 6 and so on. You know what I mean? Too late, Marion. Too late. The idea has been given. Right. Where are my clues? There they are. Okay. So the first clue that I'm going to give you about this television show is that it was first broadcast. Okay, that's plainly wrong. I've got a year, which is obviously wrong. But the working title for the show was Refuge. That's the first 6 squares away. Let me just go and look this up again. I've obviously typed the wrong thing. (1988). All right, so 1988 was the first broadcast of this show, and the original working title for the show was Refuge. Now, have a guess at this point, because even if you get it wrong, sorry, if you get it right, you get the 10 points, even if you change your mind later on. So have a guess. Don't shout out the answer in the chat. A couple of you think you've got it. That's good. We'll move on to the 8-point clue. There's a few more squares away. Second clue says that over the years, guest appearances on this show have included celebrities such as Nick Grimshaw, Ed Sheeran, Eliza Doolittle, and Michael Palin. Although it's not a British show. So they're all British celebrities, and they've all been on this show as guests, but it's not a British show. Grimshaw, Ed Sheeran, Eliza Doolittle, and Michael Palin. That is the clue for 8 points. Have a guess. Right, it looks like quite a lot of you've got it. Some of you fairly sure. Here comes the 6-point clue. A few more squares away. For 6 points, in August 2012, the programme's official Australian Facebook page reached 1 million likes, which made it the first Australian TV show to reach this milestone. So it's a very popular Australian show. That is for 6 points. I'll take some more squares away. I'll give you the 4-point clue. 4-point clue is that it is filmed at a place called Palm Beach, which is just north of Sydney. So it's very near Sydney is the place where it's made. Place is called Palm Beach. And that's for 4 points. I'll take away all the squares now. And give you the last clue, which is that long-running characters in the show include Tom, Pippa, Leia, Alf, Elsa, Bobby, Marilyn, Morag, and Irene. There you go. It's literally all the first names in Australia. Tom, Pippa, Leia, Alf, Elsa, Bobby, Marilyn, Morag, and Irene. Okay, that's all the clues. That's all the squares away. So I shall reveal the answer, and then you can award yourself the points based on when you got it. The correct answer is home and away. Closer each day. Home and away. So, did you get it? I think some of you got it on 10. Yes, all right. 10 for the chameleons. There was a small time in my life where I watched Neighbours and Home and Away. I think sort of first year of being a student, used to watch Home and Away. I don't know why. No. What's the scoring system for this? Says Natters. What? You're not seen this before? If you got it after the first clue, you get 10 points. If it was after the second clue, then you get 8 points. If you got it after the third clue, you get 6 points. Then 4 points, then 2 points. Tricky. Yeah, well, it's tricky if you don't know it. I mean, I might have struggled with that one as well. Refuge, weird name for it. Well, the thing is, I think it was foster kids, wasn't it? It was like foster kids from the city. So it was a home away from home. So it was a refuge for them. So it was Refuge originally was the working title, but before it went to air, they changed it to Home and Away because they thought it sounded more friendly. Hey, Phil got it from the year. Nice one. Okay, very good. Let's move on. What time is it? It's 1:45. We should get this finished. Right, it's time for a quick hangman. This is to get your name on the wheel. It's got one hangman at this point. So you know the deal. Give me some letters. I need a bit of paper for this, you see. Just to write down the letters. And then the first person who shouts out the correct answer in the chat gets their name on the wheel. So Fat Boy Got Sick is given us a G, Karen's given us a T, Gary McInnes is given us a Q, then E, A. Everyone's going for those. Right, let's move on a little bit. Let's get the actual hangman on the screen. So it's a place. All right, it's a geographical one. It's the name of a place. ASR. Right, okay. So I've got a wee string of letters here to put up. Then I'll go back to your letters. So G was the first letter. There's no G. If the letters go down the bottom there, it means they're not in the solution. T. No, there's no T. There's no Q. Pretty sure there's no Q. There is no Q. E. It's got to be a... Oops. What the hell happened there? That's not... All right. Okay. What the fuck? Right, well, that's broken, isn't it? You know what it is? Hang on a second. What's happened the other day? Let me get it from the original one, right? What's sakes? Right, for some reason, the E button's not working on this. But I can tell you there's no E in it. Let's try the letter A. I think I must have accidentally hit something when I was making this one up because it gave me problems the other night. Greater London, Stirling Castle, Barnard Castle, no. Let's go back to the letters. S, somebody suggested. Let's have a look at S. There's no S. Is there an R? No, there's no R either. Let's get some more letters. Louise has got an H. Oh. How about that? Staten Island, no. Emma's given us an L. You know what? I think there is an L. Yeah. Fat Boy got a 6, trying to get me to pick an E. Nah. E breaks it for some reason. I think I was half asleep when I was making this, and I must have clicked something that makes it fail. Heeds and Mints are going for the O. There's definitely an O. Roddy and Mum are both going for M. I think we're going to get an answer here. Yep. Fat Boy Got Sick has got it right. First to get it right as well. Clapham Common down in South London. No idea what was up with that slide. But we got there in the end. Well done, Fat Boy Got Sick. Is that the name that I put on the wheel? Do I type Fat Boy Got Sick? Or do you have a personal name? Fat Boy Got Sick. Type that anyway. Right, let's move on. That didn't take up too much time. Well done, Fat Boy Got Sick. Clapham Common. Quite a few wrong letters there. And the E. But I think it started to take shape when that P turned up. And the O. Nice one. Right, let's keep going. Right, 50-50 round. There's 2 rounds to go in the main part of the quiz. 50-50 round is very simple. You just got to pick the right answer out of 2 possibilities. So, here we go. Sex. Sex, 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 sex. Crime. Right, what kind of person is the famous American singer Randy Crawford, whose biggest hit songs were Almaz and One Day I'll Fly Away? So the name Randy, that could be a boy or a girl in the USA. But what type of person is Randy Crawford, who had those big hits? Is Randy Crawford a man or a woman? I'm delighted to hear that, Kirsten, that you got the bread. Thanks to me, yeah, but thanks to James the Baker for being the man who's consistently sponsored the quiz on Wednesdays since the start of lockdown, and I thank him very much. Number 2, according to 2017 figures, so relatively up-to-date figures, which sport draws the largest total number of spectators every year in the UK? Cricket or horse racing? So football's number 1 in terms of paying punters to go and watch. But which one of these sports gets a greater number of people turning up to actually watch? Cricket or horse racing? Hello, Dooley's left legs. You're watching on Periscope. Don't shout out the answers, all right, in the chat. You just try to write them down. Most people can't see it because most people are on YouTube. But don't do it anyway. Dooley's left legs. All right. Number 3, what is the official language of Trinidad and Tobago? English or French? Which language is the official language of Trinidad and Tobago? That's all right, Dooley's left legs. Lots of people do that when they first turn up, but you just mark yourself after each round. All right, you see? Only 5 questions in a round, so it doesn't take long. Number 4, which US city renamed their airport in 2001 after the jazz musician Louis Armstrong? Was that Memphis or New Orleans? So in 2001, they changed the name of their airport. They named it after Louis Armstrong. Is that the airport in Memphis or New Orleans? That's question number 4. Here's the last question in the round. According to a 2015 study of Americans, which British accent did they say was the sexiest? Geordie or Glaswegian? So, kind of both of them are fairly unlikely, I think, in terms of wooing an American. But I'm not American, so I don't know. They asked a bunch of Americans. They must have, I don't know how they did it. Maybe they played them voices or whatever. They said, what's more sexy? So which accent came top of the poll for sexiness? Geordie or Glaswegian? That's question number 5. Right, I shall quickly replay these 5 questions and then we'll do the answers. You tell me if you're ready. That's what you shout out in the chat. So Randy Crawford, man or woman? Al Maz, One Day I'll Fly Away. Which sport gets the largest number of total spectators in the UK? This is figures from 2017, so it's relatively up to date. Barring pandemics and that, it'll probably still be the same now. Cricket or horse racing? What is the official language of Trinidad and Tobago? English or French? Which US city have an airport named after Louis Armstrong? Is it Memphis or New Orleans? And what is the sexiest accent according to Americans who are famously not that bright? Is it Geordie or Glaswegian? I mean, that's unfair. There's some pretty smart Americans cutting about. I've said it before. I like Americans. Quite open-hearted. You can tell them anything. Right, you ready? I think you're all ready. Here we go. 50-50 round answers. Thank you, Emma. Here we go. Right, so Randy Crawford. What type of person is Randy Crawford? I noticed someone saying that Al Maz was the blandest song of all time. I don't know, because I've not heard it for years, but I would be able to pick out the melody on a kazoo. It's a woman. Anyway, Randy Crawford. There she is. Al Maz, you lucky, lucky thing. I used to hate the song when I was a kid. One Day I'll Fly Away. That's a good song. 2 points anyway for woman. Number 2, which sport has the larger crowds? It is horse racing. Loads of people turn up for the horse racing. No one cares about cricket. Number 3, Trinidad and Tobago, English or French. Their official language down there is English. They are an English-speaking country. You know, there's a guy who used to play for Dundee, became the sports minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Now you know. I think he's Brent Sancho. I think that's the name. I can't remember the name, but a guy like that. He's a Trinidadian, but he played for Dundee for a while. Anyway, Louis Armstrong Airport is serving New Orleans. There we go. That's just at the south. Thank you for visiting New Orleans and the river region, Louis Armstrong. Got a wee trumpet there. And the most sexy accent, according to Americans, is the Glaswegian, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah! I'll tell you this, boy. I'm sexy. That's Rapsy Nesbitt when he was sexy. Like early days, you know, before he got fat. I've got that question's an old one from the database. I don't know the source of that survey, but I've decided just to trust it for the sake of this question. Right, they thought Geordie sounded the most intelligent, but Ouija sounded the most sexy. Well, usually the two things are combined. Went for French. Says Normsy. I like that. Francesca got us English for Trinidad and Tobago on the basis of the and. That's kind of smart. It isn't Trinidad et Tobago. It's Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah. But then we call Cote d'Ivoire Ivory Coast. You know what I mean? They speak French. And they call themselves Cote d'Ivoire. But we go, no. Ivory Coast, Queen's English. So I don't know if that rationale strictly works. Anyway, women, horse racing, English, New Orleans, Glaswegian. Classic. Classic set of answers there. See, Dooley's Left Legs is watching on Periscope. Sometimes I stream this out to Periscope, which is Twitter. I don't think anybody ever watches it on Twitter. Most people, see, the thing is, Dooley's Left Legs, most people are here on YouTube. And if you're here on YouTube, you can see everybody else's comments, so it'll be a little bit quiet where you are. But if you come to YouTube if you want, or just stay where you are. It's the same quiz, you know what I mean? Mais oui, ne sais pas, tomate. Right. So a variety of scores there. Look, people tell me different things. 6s and 8s. 2 out of 10. It's 2 out of 2. 2 points per right answer. By the way, anyone who's just joined in. So it's 10 points for a round. Yeah, ding dong. Yeah. I'll give you the link actually, if you want. And we're just going to get set up for the last round of the main part of the quiz. This link for Mr. Dooley. There we go. That's the link to direct to YouTube. Anyway, what are we doing? We're going to get the last round up, which is double or bust. Okay, so double or bust is 4 points for a correct answer. Wow, that's double. But you run the risk of going bust if you put one wrong answer in this round. It's disaster. All right, you get bust. You get 0 points for the round. And it's very, very bad. It's upsetting. So to avoid getting bust, you can leave blanks. You don't have to answer every question. You only get bust if you go for an answer and it's wrong. If you want to leave an answer, that's fine. You don't get bust. So that's how you play. Let's get on with the questions. It's 2 minutes to 8. We're going to finish more or less on time. Not too bad. Okay, right. In which century was William Shakespeare born? There's a straightforward question about the English national bard, William Shakespeare. Playwright, poet, drinker. What century was he born in? And look, here he is. He's turned up. So you can see the other people's chatting. Yeah, nice one. You're welcome, Mr. Dooley. That's question number 1. Question number 2. capital cities. Which Asian country has a capital city named Hanoi? Hanoi is the capital city of which country in Asia? Number 3 in this double or bust round Manilow magic. Which area of the Western Atlantic Ocean was also the title of a 1981 hit single for Mr. Barry Manilow? Literally one of the greatest singers of all time. So, which area of the Western Atlantic Ocean was also the title of a 1981 hit record for Barry Manilow? Remember, one wrong answer is bust in this round. Careful which ones you go for. Number 4 is another music question. Lyrics. Which Oasis song begins with the lines, "Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you"? That'd be quite good on the kazoo, actually. So today is going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you. That's the opening lines of which Oasis song? Oasis hit. And the last one, number 5, disaster. Right, you've got to get this within 1 year. Either way, you get spot on or 1 year out. And it's what year did Hurricane Katrina destroy New Orleans, which we just mentioned a moment ago with Louis Armstrong Airport. But New Orleans was destroyed by Hurricane Katrina. Most of you will remember that. But what year did it happen? You have to get this spot on or 1 year out either way. So you tell me when you're ready. And I'm going to just quickly recap these questions one last time before we go to the answer. So which century was William Shakespeare born in? Hanoi is the capital of which country? Which area of the Western Atlantic Ocean was also a hit for Barry Manilow in 1981? Which Oasis song starts "Today is going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you"? And Hurricane Katrina. What year was New Orleans devastated by this natural phenomenon? Which William Shakespeare? I'll leave you to guess which William Shakespeare I'm talking about. Right. Have we got anyone got? Aye, we do. Look, Phil's gone balls out. When people declare balls out, that means they're answering all 5. The table is here, and they're laying their balls right there. Ready for them to be struck by the truth. Like that. That's what balls out means. It's a brave move. But it could pay off. It's a bold strategy. But it could just pay off. Could end up with 20 points. By the way, before I show you the answers, let me just remind you at this point that I am doing this for tips. I'm trying to feed my family. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes not so well. So if anything ever turns up, I'm always really chuffed, really pleased. So I'm going to give you my link. The link is anyway down in the description. You can find that anytime. And Scott was saying the other day that I should put a link on the Facebook page full time. That's a good idea. Haven't got around to that yet. So, aye, any tips? Much appreciated. If you went to a quiz, if you went out to a pub quiz, it costs you loads of money. Getting there, drinks, even paying for the quiz sometimes. But just a couple of quid for the old doc. Thanks very much. Keeping the balls tucked in due to Barry. That's not the first time that that's happened. Ooh, Gary, sneaking them out. Sneaking the balls out. Spedge feels like chicken tonight. Chicken tonight. Okay, you all ready? I've many of you actually told me you're ready. Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, it looks like there's quite a bit of pause out going on. Just go back up the comments there. Right, here we go. Going to tell you the answers. And then we're going to find out what your total scores are. I will get you to upload your scores in just a minute. Okay. Here we go. Right, double or bust, the Bard. I think this is actually tricky. Tricky to them. I mean, you might just know it, but if you don't, it's like, 16th century. 16th century is correct. Now, if I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's the 1540s. Let's just check it out. No. 1560s. 1564. So, 16th century is correct. Blimey. Number 2. Oh, I've put the picture up there. It's Hanoi. There's a nice picture. It's Vietnam. Capital of Vietnam. They're having a fine old time. And I think that'll be a good where am I at some point. 4 points for Vietnam. Right, Marlowe Magic, Western Atlantic Ocean. It's got to be the Bermuda Triangle. Makes people disappear. Bermuda Triangle. Don't go too near. Oh, that's a good way to remember it. Look at that. William Shakespeare. A century before Cronenberg. 1664, 1564. That's good. That's a good mnemonic. Like it. Like it, Graham. Well, Phil's confident. Oasis song, that's Wonderwall. Every single busker in the world. Yeah. Boring. And right, Hurricane Katrina. Some of you might just remember. Others, it might be like, oh, that's sort of recent, but it's a while ago now. It's 2005. So if you said 2005 or 2004 or 2006, then you get the points. You get the 4 points. That's gold. That is the Cronenberg mnemonic, by the way, Graham. I'm going to put you on the wheel just for that. So, yeah, some people tell me total scores now. 20. Right, so it's kind of the opposite. The first round was maybe one of the more difficult first rounds, but maybe this was a more easy-ish double or bust round. I'm not sure. 8 points. Oasis were shite. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about that high-flying turds. The low-flying turds. Full House for Chameleons. 75 for Keith. Yes. Got quite a few scores in the 70s. I can't believe it. Disaster. Went for Copacabana. I wondered if anybody would. I do tell us if you get bust. Remember to tell us what you got bust on. Right. It looks like there's some good scores tonight, so I urge you to upload your scores. I will be creating a league table later on. And there's the link. I've just put the link in the Blinky Blonk there. In the chat. One of our highest scores ever. 71 for the Lumpy Gravy. 75, Birthday Bubbles, 68, Best for Ages. Good scores tonight. Everyone's on form. Oh, except for Trouble Over Bridgewater, 35. Lowest ever. No! That's a shocker. There's only one thing to do for Trouble Over Bridgewater. You know, the only one thing we can possibly do here. That's play some music for you. Trouble for you in Bridgewater. Absolute disgrace. 35, man. I don't think our Canadian friend Miss Snow's here, so that's almost certainly going to be the lowest score. That's the link. You can one more time just to upload your scores. Now, we're going to play games for names. We're going to get some more names on the wheel before we start spinning for prizes. La, 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 la. Thank you very much, Titty Biscuits. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. The fists. 68 points. Come on. Spade 54, kind of in the middle. Thanks very much. You know what I'm going to do? I've got a slightly different idea tonight, which is instead of doing all the spinning at the end, I'm going to do one spin just now because some people run away after the main quiz. So I'm going to do one spin now so you guys can see that. We've got some names on the wheel, quite a few names on the wheel actually. Marion, James, Val, Bill, Louisa, Fatboy Got Sick, and Graham S are all on the wheel. So I'm going to do the first prize just right now. So what I need to do is stop that share there, and I need to get a new bit of screen on here, which is the Chrome tab, which is the wheel of names, and there we go. So I'm going to do first prize right now, okay? And tonight's first prize is quite literally tacky scones, right? Hang on a second. You see this up close. Macallan Baker's 6 potato scones. Best before. Oops. Best before 13th of December. That's 2 days away. Send them first class, first thing tomorrow morning, right? So let's get the wheel on. We're going to do some more prizes at past, but I just wanted to do one prize now, just to get an early spin in. You know what I mean? So we've got the names here: Val, Bill, Louisa, Fatboy Got Sick, Graham S, Marion, and Mr. Tate. Here we go. I'm going to spin the wheel. So this is for the tatty scones. Here we go. Who's it going to be? I think it's Bill.
Bill.
Bill, you see, you got to wait for the computer lady to do her little voice, and she nailed it there. That wasn't a difficult one for her, to be fair. Bill, you've won the tatty scones. Have I got your address? Have I sent you stuff? I'm sure I've sent you stuff. Sweary magnets. All right. Oh, good. Yeah. You can win sweary magnets coming up. It'd be great. Toast them, they'll be fine. Good advice, Roddy. Yeah, that's how to deal with slightly out of date tatty scones. 13th, what's that? That's Sunday. So they'll probably reach you on Monday. They'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. That's another good tip there from Phil. It's a best before, not a use by. It'll be fine. Yeah, smart. Right. Let's get back to the games for names. So it's 12 minutes past 8, and I'm going to spin the wheel again for the other prizes, and I'm going to spin that wheel at 8:30. So between now and then, we're going to play some games to get names on the wheel. Games for names, you know what I mean? So let's stop this, go back to the main quiz, because I've got a couple of things set up. And I can't remember what they are. So upload your scores. I've done that already. Don't forget Christmas quiz. Christmas Day. Actual Christmas Day. 3 o'clock. Me versus the Queen. Right. Hangman. I've got a couple of hangmans. Hope they're working. So the first one is a film from the 2000s. That's the decade. 2000 to 2009. Right. So, same as before. Give me some letters. A wee bit of tatty scone jealousy kicking off. Well, you're still on the wheel, Graham. You never know what you're going to get, if anything. And I'm just going to take Bill off the wheel. You can win one prize, you know what I mean? Right, here come the letters. Phil's gone for E, Louisa's gone for H, Kirsten's gone for I, Maz has got W, Emma's got H, Kirsten's got C, Louisa's got R, Roddy's got D. Right, that'll do. I've written those down, so now I'm going to start revealing them. So, first person to guess the answer to this gets on the wheel. All right, so where we go? E-H-I-W. So E, let's see if this works. Yes, it does. Good. And there is an E in the second word. H, no H. I, yes, there's two I's and a W. No. So that's the first four then. HCRD. Let's have a look at these. H for holler. No. C. No C either. R's usually a good shout. It's usually some R's. Yeah. Yes. 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 Hope somebody gets it because I can't remember what it is. And then D. Somebody said D. Ooh, there's a D. Now, I need to go back up the list to see what you're... Oh, I think someone's got it. Anna. Yes. Anna is first. It is indeed Inglorious Bastards. And that's how they spelt it. Inglorious. So, B-A-D. And T. Yeah. Well done, Anna. Superb. Great stuff. So I'm going to put you on the wheel. Now, Anna's part of the Portsmouth team, are you not? Purple burglar alarms. Nice answer. Excellent. Well, I'm going to do one more of these, all right? And then I've got a couple of other things all lined up. We'll get plenty of games for names. Right, UK TV show. Yeah, well done, Anna. Superb. Good solution. It must have been good because I set the puzzle not 2 hours ago and I'd completely forgotten it and I didn't get it from those letters. You stepped in there and got it. Aye, that's why it's a good hangman, Phil, because that dodgy wee spelling. It's good because it puts some people off, but it's good because people who know it get clued into it. Yeah, that's Anna, down south coast and near Portsmouth. Is it Gosport? Down there somewhere, anyway. The beautiful south coast. We're struggling up here in Scotland. It's dark, it's wet, it's cold. See, down south, even in the middle of December, it's really warm and sunny all the time. Right, let's have a look. First letter is from Richard, who's guessed an F. And then, Tate's gone to Mora's World. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. You crazy bastard. You got that with no letters. The hell? Some kind of witchcraft? Whoa. That's a wee bit spooky, Tate. That's a wee bit weird. That's slightly scary, to be honest. Yeah, what the heck, says Robin. Exactly. How the hell did you get that? That's outstanding. Straight on the wheel. Oh, you're already on the wheel as well. You got 2 on the wheel. Absolutely fantastic. Right, someone screenshot that. Has to be said, Louisa. He's not necessarily made it clear that that's the outcome he was hoping for. He's saying "holy shit" himself. Come on, tell us how you knew. Tell us how you got that. What were you thinking? Were you just sitting there thinking of Judith Han? Just so happened to be having a wee Han moment, a hand-eye coordination. Yeah, that's good. Well done, you clever weirdo. Perfect. Great stuff. Brilliant. No letters. One wrong letter. And to be completely honest, he guessed it before that letter F even came up. You know, even with that, it'd be amazingly impressive. So he's just seen the number of letters there and he's gone, hang on a second, that's Tomorrow's World. Denied, rebuffed. That's a no, Louisa. Marion saying it's a strange chat line. Has it ever worked before? I'm sure it I'm sure it would work 9 times out of 10. I mean, men are pretty basic. You know what I mean? Shot in the dark. Yeah. Right, well, I better have some other games lined up, hey? What we go next? That was great. Oh, Kazula Palooza. Right. Thank you very much, Phil. Perfect. Yeah. Right. See, Robin wouldn't be best pleased. You see, it's Tate and Robin. There they both are in that little photograph down there. They're a couple. They're in love. There's this woman trying to send pants. Yeah. Well, Gary, you're always a pragmatist, and I appreciate that. You know, let's play. Cool. I think we can write this off as harmless banter rather than some crazed madwoman panty attack. You know, like let's just put that down to banter. Let's live and let's move on. So Kazula Palooza, right? Someone choose what you want to hear. You haven't seen Kazula Palooza before. It's me playing the kazoo. And I will play one of these tunes, and you will identify it. And the first person who identifies it will be on the wheel of names alongside Mr. Tate, Marion, and Graham, Fatboy Got Six, and Louisa, and all those other luminaries and names. So I'm just getting my little Kazula Palooza list set up so I know what to play. Now, who was first? Let's have a look. German. Oh no, you know, that's not valid because I had that last time. It was that was Tour de France. That shouldn't still be there. Guy went for German as well. 1989 rock, right? I don't think I did this one last time, so let's get this one on. Need to get my drum machine on. I need to just quickly look up what the BPM is. We can get a nice beat on the go. 125 beats per minute, right? Let's check it out. What's the category, says Raymond? It's 1989 rock. Right, hey, it's Sweet Child of Mine. It is Maz is the first one to get that. Yes. Excellent. It was Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine, as I think I demonstrated with tremendous clarity. Wow, sweet child of mine. Great stuff, right? Never got to the solo. Right. Well done, Maz is on the wheel. Right, someone pick another one. Another category for me to destroy. So we're not having German, we're not having 1989 rock, that's gone. Who's going to pick the next category? The next, what are you going for? 70s instrumental. Right, this is quite a good one. Let me just get the speed of this up here. I'm going to do those beats. Let's just try this. Yeah! I can't believe someone guessed albatross. That's shocking. No, it's popcorn. Yay! Or popcorn. But popcorn. Yeah, by Hot Butter, 1972. Superb. Nice work, Michael. That's you on the wheel. For the chameleons, but and for yourself as well. Let's face it. By the way, if you thought about changing your name to Michael G. Raven, that'd be cool. You know the original, yeah? Absolutely insane song. Brilliant. I think you know, they were saying like Yes Sir I Could Boogie should be the Scotland song for Euro 2020 or 21, whatever it is. It should be popcorn. Everyone on the terrace is doing that. It'd be mental. We're having fun. Let's do one more. Loud noises. Oh, did I play that a bit too loud? Actual music stuff. Sorry. Right. Let's do one more. Let's get rid of 70s instrumental there. Oh, I see. Madeline was guessing albatross as a pre-guess, which is a smart thing to do. But nah. I'll get albatross on for next time, though. That's a great song. Right. Phil's going for Christmas number 1. Okay. I'm just having a look at the speed, so I can get the speed right. See, it's a lot better with the drum machine. When I was originally doing this, I wasn't doing the drum machine. Actually, mute that one. Yay! I can see at least one person has got this right. Quite a lot of you got it right. Let's have a look. Who was first? Who was first? Who was first? It was Michael G. Raven. The Raven. The mighty Raven again. Ha! Taking you all out. 2 Michael Gravens on the wheel. Absolutely, which is allowed under the rules. The rules are you can be on the wheel as many times as you can manage, but you can only win once, you know. See that Wham Again stuff, it's nonsense. It's like, it's literally the best Christmas song apart from Shakin' Stevens. So why would you try and play a game where you're trying to avoid it? That's just daft. It's mental. Right, let's get rid of that. Graham says, I thought it wasn't a Christmas number 1. Yep, 1984. Nah. Christmas number 2. Well, who cares about Band-Aid? Band-Aid's rubbish. Like, and, you know, despite, see if this information's right, and I'm wrong. I looked it up. I thought it was a Christmas number 1. It got to number 1, and it's a Christmas song. So there you go. Check it out. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. Every day, gave it away. This year, save me from tears. And someone special. Why am I even doing this? Like, it was number. You got it right. That's the thing. The categories are supposed to be clues. You know what I mean? Right. Let's. What, really? No. The Paul McCartney one, Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. No. No, the actual best one is Shakin' Stevens. That's a banger. I muted you at Whamageddon. In case you missed me saying it, because you'd muted me. I was just saying, it's a stupid game. That it's the best Christmas song, or one of the top 2 Christmas songs of all time, anyway. And you play a game where you don't want to hear it. That's nuts. Right, let's. It's past. Let's just fit one more in. Come on, I'm having kazoo fun tonight. So one more. What do you want next? Last Kazula. What are you going to go for? Well, Boney M's a good one. Do 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 do. Hippa on Christmas Day. Ken Bruce was in the Harry Belafonte version the other day. That was good. Wacko, right? Okay, I've been fearing this because I think this is one that I'm not very good at. As opposed to the other ones, which I'm totally amazing at. Let me just right, okay. Try and get the tune in my head before I get started here. Get the beat on. Let's see what this can do with this. Nah, not that. This. Nah, that's not right. Right. Let's be honest, I was struggling with that one. So well done to Graham S for picking that out. Away you make me happy, you make me hey, you John. Hey, that's it. The way you make me feel. I've had that wacko one up there for a few weeks, so I'm glad it's out of the way now. I was never that confident about it. Okay, Graham S, that's you on the wheel. It's time to spin the wheel, isn't it? And Graham S is on the wheel for the second time. So we're going to get say cheerio to Kazula Palooza, and we're going to say hello to the wheel. Way you're making me feel. It wasn't a good drum choice either. It was a bit of a mess. So well done to Graham for managing to work that out. In amongst all the garbage noise of me playing kazoo and the wrong drums. It's quite a thing. So there's all the names down there that I've been typing in. There's the wheel itself. Okay. So we've already done the tatty scones. They're going to Bill. Next prize tonight is £100,000. It's a scratch card, of course, from the National Lottery. It's a tax on the poor, but you didn't have to buy this, and this might turn out well for you. You might win £100,000. So the way you make me feel. Oh, is that the right answer? Talk about it, quiz. The way you're making me feel. Right, here we go. Spin the wheel. That's for £100,000. We're gonna Adam, James, Val, Graham, Fatboy, Michael, Anna, James, Maz. It's gonna be to come out, Sean.
Maz Elizabeth.
Maz Elizabeth gets £100,000. All right, yeah. In brackets, up to £100,000. Yes, absolutely brilliant. And we take her off the wheel because you can only win once. You only live twice, but you can only win once. You know what I mean? And was that your first time on the wheel? I thought you'd been on the wheel before, but just not won. I thought that was the thing. Anyway, well done. Fantastic. Right. What's this? It's Bawjaws. If you want to buy some of this, it's pretty inexpensive, and you can get it from bawjaws.com. That's the website. You come up with bawjaws.com. You can buy some. It's basically fridge poetry, but very, very rude and very Scottish. All right, very upsetting to people with a weak stomach. So I'm going to spin the wheel for that now. Yes, right. First time winning. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. There was that night, wasn't there, where it always just missed you? Was there not that night? Anyway, well done to Maz for being a winner. I really, truly hope that this turns out to be £100,000, or at least a fiver would be nice. So let's spin the wheel for Bawjaws. Here we go. Who's going to win the Bawjaws tonight? Here come the names. Anna, Michael, James, Ruth, Louisa, Graham, Michael, Anna, James, Michael, Marion. Whoa! Oh, it's Marion. Yes.
Marion.
Marion. No, that's fantastic. We get that written down here. Bawjaws, Marion. Now, terrific. Put that over there in the prizes to be packed up and sent out pile. And we'll take Marion off the wheel. And we've got one more prize. Yay, Marion. All right. The last prize, I'll show you a picture in a minute, but it's I've got that Michael Jackson tune in my head somehow, despite not really singing it properly. Okay. I'll show you a picture in a minute of the socks, but there's this socks company called Sock Splash. All right. And they're going to sponsor a few quizzes. They did Wednesday, they're doing tonight, they're doing another couple, and they're doing Christmas Day as well. You can win all the socks on Christmas Day. Tonight's socks, they're novelty, so they're kind of colourful socks. And it's a up-and-coming company based down in Leith. A boyfriend and girlfriend team. They just started in the lockdown, and well done to them and good luck to them that they are starting a business. And they've decided to try and, punt their socks through the quiz. So let's spin one last time, and these are for Sock Splash Socks, which is an otter, a musical otter. Here's Val, there's Graham. Is it going to go all the way to Louisa, or is it going to hang in? Graham, it's Graham!
Graham, yes.
Computer lady, that was bloody awful in terms of pronunciation. Gramish. Terrible, but it doesn't matter. You've got the socks, Graham. Now, what I'm going to do is just stop the screen, and I'm going to get the other screen back on so you can see what you won. All right, because so Sock Splash, that's the logo. Matthew and Beth, I think it is. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. But there's the socks for tonight. Otters. Colourful otters. Yeah. High quality socks. Socks. So well done, Graham. I don't know if I've got your address and whatever, Graham. I suspect you have won something before. I think. So if so, you don't have to send me anything. If not, you have to send me your address. And it's turned out for the best. You should see the state of my socks, says Graham. Well, that's all behind you now. It's all goodness and fresh feet from now on, Graham. Well done to Louisa for congratulating, and well done for just approaching Mr. Tate so brazenly. It nearly worked. If he was single, it would have worked. Right, well done. So winners tonight is Bill, who won the tatty scones, Maz, who won £100,000, Graham, who's won the socks, and Marion, who's got the bawjaws. Fantastic. Thanks for doing the quiz, everybody. If you thought it was worth a tip, give me a tip. Gimme. I'm going to give you my link for donations. Also, don't forget Christmas. All right? Christmas Day. I think I'm going to do 2 on Christmas Day. I'm definitely going to do one at 3 o'clock. And I'm playing with the idea, although I should really commit to it, of doing one in the evening as well. So, oh yeah, don't forget Deadpool. Nobody had Barbara Windsor, by the way. Rest in peace to her. Great, fantastic, and ultimate carry-on actress. I never watched EastEnders. I don't know what she was like in that, but I liked the carry-on movies. And she's a superstar, you know. But she's gone. But nobody picked Barbara Windsor for this month, so Deadpool rolls on. There's the link for Deadpool if you want to click on that. You just you have to predict the most famous person to die next month. And so you get your entry in before the end of the month. But do it now because you'll forget between Christmas and New Year. Thanks and well done, everybody. Yeah, good stuff. Thank you, Graham. Good win. You got yourself on the wheel for the Kazula Palooza. That was good. And something else earlier on. That might have been was that a misspelling? Something like that. Anyway, one of those won you the socks. That's how you play it, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself on the wheel and be in the right place when it's spinny time. Well done, Graham. Graim. That's what I say to Grahams. You meet people who say, I'm Paul, and they say, I'm Graham. And I say, are you a Graim or a Graham? It's funny, it's like when you hear a tune, and the first version you hear of a tune, you think that's the proper one, you know? Years later, you find out there's an original version. And it's like, it doesn't sound as good, you know? And the other way around, if you hear the original first, you always think that's the best one. Like the only example I can really think of straight off the top of my head is Money's Too Tight to Mention. Simply Red. Age I Am, that's the first you heard. It was the Simply Red version, but it had been done a few years before by some American band. Money's Too Tight to Mention. That'd be good on the Kazula Palooza, wouldn't it? Right back. Can't even get an unemployment extension. Not up right now. The Valentine Brothers was the original for that. According to the Wikipedia page for Money's Too Tight to Mention, the genre is, quote, blue-eyed soul. I didn't realize that was a genre. Blue-eyed soul. I think they mean white people doing records that sound a bit Motowny. Did you see my fact about last Christmas? Future question. Yeah, I think I did. Did you say it was not at #1 and it was the biggest selling record never to get to #1? We 100% sure the last Christmas has never been #1. Looking it up right now on my Moogleizer. Yeah, right enough. I only got to #2, December 1984. Right enough. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time. And I've clicked on the notes for that. I'm on everyhit.com. It's my go-to thing for looking up chart stuff up to 2011. After that, it fails, but it's really fast. Really good database. Really well constructed. And it says the biggest selling single to peak at #2. This was kept off #1 spot by Band-Aid. It's the biggest selling ever, #2. Right, yeah. So the largest selling single never to get to #1. Although, that might be superseded. But no, probably not, because things don't sell as much these days. The Cronenberg got you on. I'm glad that got you on. That was great. Trying to remember Shakespeare's birth year, and it's 100 years less than Cronenberg. That's great. 1664, 1564. Love that. Love the mnemonics. Anyone else got any good mnemonics for remembering facts? Spedge would have would have put Barbara Windsor for Deadpool this month, but Claire talked him out of it. Imagine a marriage was to break because one person talked the other person out of a correct Deadpool entry. Thank you very much, Roddy. I'll see you next week. Thank you, Richard, as well. Always enjoy your picture with the hats. Hey, Maddie. Yeah, good vibes to one and all. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. That's another good Kazula Palooza one. Or maybe I've done it already. I don't know. The good Kazula Palooza ones are really strong and clear melodies. Yeah. Like dance stuff doesn't work so well because it's just rhythmic. It's just me going. Pump up the jam. Look ahead. Get up more. Get your body on the dance floor. Make my day. Never eat shredded wheat. Now, this appears to be a mnemonic, but for what? NESW. North, east, south, west. To remember which way around east and west are. The lowest selling number one, that'll be pretty much everything since the millennium. In terms of, it's a good question. I think the sales tend to taper down and down and down and down every year. I mean, they don't even count sales anymore to get to number one. That's factor in streams and all sorts of things. You put Barbara Windsor. I saw that earlier. Yeah, you put Barbara Windsor in October. Too early. Yeah, that's the way it goes with Deadpool. I've been doing Deadpool for about 4 or 5 years now, mainly in the pubs, obviously. We started doing online this year. And in fact, you see the picture in the background over there. That's an old. Like every month, I used to make up a word cloud of all the ones that had been chosen for the month. Use it as part of my posting and stuff like that. So Prince Philip is the big word there, and that's because he's chosen the most, and it's still the case. Prince Philip, ever since Deadpool began 5 or 6 years ago, has always been the number one entry. Most people would put Prince Philip. I suppose I should make it a bit Christmassy. I'm not a massive Christmas fan, but it's Christmas. So I should do something slightly Christmassy, maybe something slightly different. There'll be lots of familiar elements, put it that way. See you next time, Louisa. Good night. Here's Marion with a question. Who was the most Googled person in 2020? That's a good question. You know, that'd be a good list round. I mean, it's not over. Still 2 weeks left of 2020. So let me think. Who would people be looking up? Joe Biden, maybe? Biden, Trump. This would be a good list question. You know, a blanco. Have the top 10 and have half of them blanked out. Fauci? That's a guess. It's quiz! Christmas! That's good. Yeah, Donald Trump was my sort of default immediate answer. All right, but I said Biden, and that turns out to be right. Hey! Because I think by this time in 2020, people kind of knew who Donald Trump was. I think they got kind of worked it out, you know. But Biden, I mean, like, I certainly had no idea. I still don't really know who he is exactly. I know he's the president-elect of the United States of America, but I don't. I suppose he was the vice president as well, wasn't he? With Obama. So I was going to say maybe a lot of Americans didn't really know who he was, but I don't know. And there's good questions here. And the most Googled female, not politics. Taylor Swift. Someone's show busy, I reckon. I reckon Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish or... Mind you, it's difficult to Google Billie Eilish because no one's got any idea how to spell that. Mind you, Google's pretty good at predicting what you're about to say, isn't it? I'll nail my colours to the mast. I'll say Taylor Swift, right? Yeah, it's all right. There's superb. I'm good at this. I should be a quizzer, not a quizmaster. Right, it's 10 to 9. I've not had any food, so I'm going to go and get some dinner. Thank you very, 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 very much for coming and playing the quiz tonight. Thanks for doing Kazula Palooza. We didn't do any Where Am I tonight? I'll have some on Monday for sure. I need to start planning these games a little bit more. They're kind of slightly unplanned. The games for names to make sure I get a good rotation and all that. Start planning them a bit. Aye, Taylor Swift was busy this year, wasn't she? Releasing records here and there and the other. Just in her spare time, making albums by herself, releasing them. Pretty cool. I don't like her music, really, but, you know, great respect. Keep banging out the hits. That's what it's all about. Do us a favour, will you? And anyone who's still here, give us a like before you go. Give us a wee thumbs up. Really helps. And if you can tell folk about the Christmas quiz, I'd be delighted. Be really pleased. I'm hoping to get a good turnout on Christmas, you know. She is. There is Taylor Swift. Checking out the quiz. Good night, Lorna. Good night, Michael. Good night, Phil. Thanks very much. Good night, Graham. Pretty sure I've got your address from before. Could probably quickly check, actually, before I go. Because at first I was chucking them away because I was thinking, oh, I shouldn't keep those people's details. Because it's like, but then I realised there's only me. It's not like an organisation here. It's not like it can be shared with anybody. So if I put would Graham get the socks? Put Graham in here. Oh, it's Graham Scotland, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Inland Lithgow. Yes. Fine. Do this right now. Save taking off a bit of paper. That's good. I've got Maz's address. Oh, this is good. I should do this every time. So I've set up my Excel sheet. So if I type in a name, then it looks it up and puts the address in, so I don't have to keep going looking it up. It looks it up for me. Bodjaw's was Marion. And Patty's gone. It's Bill. I've got Bill's address as well. So this is great. This is really interesting for you, isn't it? Watching me do my admin. Yeah, I've got everyone's address. Brilliant. Fantastic. Is the reminder up soon to share? What do you mean reminder? I've got it listed as an event on Facebook, if that's what you mean. Just before I go, just go and get the link for that. That's a good one to share, actually, is the Facebook event, because then people can register themselves to say they're interested and whatnot. So let's have a look. Just go to the Dr. Paul page, go to events, and then wait for the computer to have a wee think, a wee cry, and then go to the event there. Now, where is the bloody link for this? That's the YouTube one. I was going to try and get the... that's what I want. Right. Here's the link to the Facebook event for the Christmas. Oh, you're talking about YouTube anyway, right? Well, that's I've just put in the YouTube event. I don't know how YouTube operates the reminders. Like if you're watching this and you're a subscriber and you've never clicked the bell, click the bell, because that gives you a reminder. Not quite sure where the bell is, down there somewhere. But the bell indicates to YouTube that you would like reminders from this channel. So that's the thing. I'll give you the straight link to the YouTube as well. I've got it set up on YouTube. So now, yeah, now thinking about it, that's what you mean, isn't it? So direct link to YouTube for Christmas Day. That is a good image, isn't it? That's what it's going to be like, Sandringham, 3 o'clock Christmas afternoon. Oh, Phil's fallen asleep again for the 5th time that day. Queen's like, I'm just going to do the quiz. Good stuff. Right, there we go. Right, thanks for asking, Roddy. Thank you. Right, I'm out of here. It's 9 o'clock. Bedtime, folks. Good night.